Libras, welcome to your Modern Maven Tarot Extended Tarot Reading for November 2023. Thanks for joining me on my channel. I am Andrea Elizabeth, and I am going to tell you a little bit about how these readings work. So for the extended monthlies, I not only do a general tarot spread, which shows you the situation for November, what you need more of, what you need less of, what you need to accept, what you can change, and then there is also the energy of where the month is ending. Really make sure that you remember to have patience. So it's interesting that this pops up because I was thinking about, while I was clearing your cards and getting ready for this reading, about how uplifting the Libra new moon was, and how much of a drop, especially for Libras and people with strong Libra energies, how much of a drop this can feel like from how high and elevated we were on our path, okay? So just a reminder, it's Scorpio season. We just had that Taurus lunar eclipse, which was one of the most intense astrological energies that we as a collective have gone through in quite some time, okay? Again, going back to the Capricorn full moon that was in July and how strong that energy was, okay? And a reminder that that Taurus eclipse was a culmination of energy from the last year and a half. So really reflect on your life, certain themes that have been present since 2021. And then you can start, I'm getting the red, like that detective with the red string, you know what I mean? And you can start taking that red string and really start seeing how all of these themes are pushing you to really align with your path, okay? You have to keep your vibration high and focus on your work, all right? And if you're feeling powerless in a certain part of your life, like you don't have enough knowledge, you have it in you to find that knowledge. Remember, you're on YouTube right now. YouTube is the best free resource to learn anything, literally anything, okay? So we really need to get rid of whatever belief is making us feel powerless in our situation. Now, a reminder, take this how it resonates. I'm really getting strong career and health because of the 8 of Coins, but there is something that no longer serves us, and I believe this can be a thought pattern that we really need to shift in order to really manifest everything that we set out with that Libra new moon, okay? You have everything, Libras, to manifest. The Magician, though, so yes, is the Magician a master manifester? Of course. However, the most important part about the Magician card is that success may be yours through talent and effort, okay? So we need to do that work. If we need to learn something new, learn it, all right? So just know that it's like that 8 of Swords energy, you know what I mean? Of the overthinking and feeling like we're powerless in a situation when we're not. So that really was important and popped out right away. Was not expecting that. Let me get back to how these readings work. So along with that, I also pull some past life energy. Tarot's like, this is, okay, so Libras, if you're going through it, I'm sending you a big, warm Pisces hug. This is that Capricorn paradigm. We have to focus on that judgment arrow, that Aquarian age that's coming in. And it's not saying to ignore what's going on. We can't get lost in the, nostalgia of you, if you will, of like pretending everything's okay when it's not. We do need to incorporate joy. All right, Libras, you're balanced. You have to balance the joy and pleasure with the hard work and dedication, okay? Because things are moving quickly, and this is not the time to not take life like by the reins, okay? And you have to believe that wishes come true, all right? Because that is really, really important. So a reminder, that eclipse was so powerful. Also be mindful of how you speak your truth, all right? It's very important. You might be overthinking. You might be regretting something you've said, but everything's you can't change the past. Everything's a learning lesson, all right? Some battles we have to walk away from, and that's where we start to realize what's worth fighting for and what's not. Not everything is worth your energy, okay? But when it comes to speaking your truth and standing up for what you believe in, you have to be mindful of balancing the light and the shadow. And so it is in the core of who you are when you have these Libra placements. I know I personally have Libra is my Pluto, okay? And so if you don't know what signs rule what planets and houses in your chart, I always link Pam Gregory's free birth chart. She's an amazing astrologer. Please do subscribe and watch her if you can. But it's really a choice, all right? If you're going to take that mask off, if you're going to embrace your shadow and show yourself exactly who you are and stop letting other people dictate who you are, it's a choice on what direction you take to express that, okay? Your inner child wants to express itself, but it's always a choice on how it expresses itself. Okay, I'm going to stop shuffling so I can actually get through describing these readings so that we can move ahead. So I also pull some past life energy, and that past life energy can relate to if you're a parent, your life before children, your childhood, or an actual past life. Then we have an empowering question to really help further your journey, a crystal energy to carry with you throughout the month that will help guide you toward, shining your inner light, and then a clarifying card. So now also, before I get back to shuffling, I just want to talk briefly about the astrology. So like I said, right off the bat, getting this polarity of how high we were feeling and how focused, on our path we are, and then getting sucked down with that Taurus full moon energy, all right, the collective energy. So remember, you're an air sign. So it is very important that you be very mindful of how much time you spend on social media, consuming media, okay, anything communication-wise. You really have to be mindful of protecting your energy because everything is so jumbled right now and chaotic, and it can really infiltrate your energy. Now, November is really important with how we integrate the learning that we've learned from these challenges and changes that we have either put out as intentions or incorporated into our life. Because yes, it's been challenging, and our shadow has been guiding us and trying to build our resilience, okay? But you're going to get some extra energetic cheerleading, if you will, from the universe. So when you do accept this new path or this new challenge or this new direction, you're going to get hints of the universe kind of like gently like, yeah, you can do it. You know what I mean? So please be mindful of that, okay? This is not a time to give up. This is a time to use the strength you have in your reserves and to really figure out where your energy is, okay? Now we also have Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. Now this reminder, hard work and compassion, all right? And Saturn is moving direct on November 4th. So we're going to be really getting this theme, this drive in our life right off the bat in November. Now, Saturn has been retrograde since June 17th, okay? So you can also reflect back to June and see because Saturn anytime there's a retrograde, it's a time for reflection, okay? And when it comes to Saturn, Saturn is your shadow side, all right? It's your blocks, your fears, where you can build your resilience, where your challenges and lessons are. So go back to June 17th and really think about events that happened around that time. But along with this hard work and compassion, so a reminder, there's a big focus on hard work right now. You are getting some really wonderful creative inspiration, okay? So, yeah, you got some choices, all right? November is really, if anybody's getting this clarity of where do I want to go, I'm getting that it's Libras, all right? Because it's not saying one path or the other isn't going to be successful or isn't going to be gratifying, but which one's aligned with your inner child, okay? So we also have Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus. All right. Now this is indicating lucky breaks. This is my favorite alignment of this month because reminder, we got Scorpio season and then we move into Sagittarius season at the end of the month. We're still feeling the effects of the eclipses. That Pluto direct energy is just getting stronger. So lucky breaks is what this indicates. Now, this is what I love about this so much is because November is going to give you little hints of what's to come in spring 2024. So when things are aligned, so when you are moving in a direction in your career, relationships, even your relationship with yourself, when you see these things clicking, when you get that high vibration boost, that is a hint of what is coming in spring 2024, okay? This is just a hint of it. And more specifically during the Scorpio season of November. So please pay attention to that, okay? And then we also have the new moon in Scorpio on November 13th. This is big risks. Now, this is what is important about these big risks. Have you done your shadow work? Okay, do you not only accept your shadow, but embrace your shadow? Because these big risks, unfortunately, if we have not really come to terms with our shadow, it can come from reactionary behavior. It can come from reactionary words said, okay? This impulse energy, really important on what we are aligned with to take these risks, okay? Again, you have to balance that ambitious fire with the practical earth, okay? Again, Libras, if anybody knows balance, it's you, okay? But, just because your energy is balancing the scales, it doesn't mean that they're always in balance. And I get that. I'm dual everything. I'm Gemini, Pisces, pretty much my whole chart. So you, though, just be mindful during that new moon when you get this surge to take big risks that you really look at the big picture, okay? And then we got Sagittarius season that starts November 22nd and a full moon in Gemini on November 27th. Now, this is what's so important is the theme of this energy is accepting difference of opinion, okay? If we are going to move forward collectively, now this is in our personal relationships, but also collectively, if we are going to move forward, we have to accept differences in opinions. Now, those differences in opinions, though, it's not saying to accept negativity and people who want to, bring harm onto others. It's just accepting that we can coexist and that somebody else's beliefs does not take away from our own. We give too much power to other people when we feel a need to have people think the way we think, okay? We're all on separate paths. We're collectively on a path, okay? But we're all taking different journeys on these roads. There's so many different roads to take. All right, so just keep that in perspective. So a reminder, when you are looking at your chart, make sure to pay attention to Pisces, Taurus, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Gemini alignments, okay? So see what houses are ruled by those planets. See what houses are ruled by those signs and what planets are ruled by those signs, because you're really going to get a lot of clarity. And yeah, if you're not feeling this King of Coins energy, you have the answers within, okay? And you also have to accept delayed gratification. And we are in an instant gratification society, okay? And I am a very impatient person. And I completely understand when it doesn't feel like things are happening quick enough, okay? But that's where we have to stay centered. We have to stay grounded in the belief that it's coming, it's growing, okay? So, you can plant a pepper in your garden and you can sit there and stare at it all day, or you can continue on your path knowing that when you water and nurture that plant and give it sunlight and fresh air, that it's going to grow the way it's meant to grow. You check on it, but you don't sit there impatiently just staring at it, all right? When you do the work, you do the work, and then you shift your energy, okay? So I'm getting like a passion project, right? And you're putting too much pressure on it not growing fast enough. But if you allow it to grow organically, it's going to come to fruition exactly how you want it to be, and getting that recognition and fame and really enjoying the recognition you deserve, but that comes from answering that wake-up call. Liberation. We're not just liberating collectively, we're liberating from within. And the more of us that can shine our inner light, all right, be like the sons of our own universe and shine that light, the stronger the collective liberation will be. So that's what's so important, because when we focus on the outside, we give too much energy to the collective shadow, that Capricorn paradigm shadow, and then it just grows. But the more that we can focus on shining our own inner lights, being a beacon of hope, you know what I mean? The more that we will give power to the collective light. All right. So we'll do one more shuffle, and then we'll get into it. But yeah, really balance your emotional and physical desires, okay? And how you come to that might not be in a way that you are accustomed to. We're in Scorpio season: death, birth, transformation, discarding old beliefs, discarding old routines, okay? Old attitudes. The way we think is so important. And when you feel resistance, don't think that resistance is telling you not to do something. That resistance is oftentimes your shadow trying to keep you safe in the patterns that it knows. So, all right, now let's see. What do we have for Libras for November 2023? Wow, yeah, really a big emphasis on the choices, okay? And the masculine and balance, okay, yep, balancing masculine and feminine energy and how important that is, okay? Because we all collectively have the yin and the yang in us, the light and the shadow, the masculine, the feminine, you know what I mean? Dualities, and that, again, just gonna go off again, just really quickly, but these polarities we're seeing in society, again, reflection back to 2021, differences of opinions, contrast, the culmination of that right now. You have it all within you, okay? And so if there is a lesson that has been learned in regards to duality, and not the rejection or separation, but when they work together, how that can build and how we can manifest more easily. Okay, so now let's get to your reading. Yeah. Okay, all right, interesting. Wow. Also, too, apologies if you hear some rattling in the background. The heat is just going on and off when it chooses. So this is fantastic, okay? Exactly aligned with those pre-shuffle messages that I was getting, so I love seeing this. The overall energy for the month of November is the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups is a reminder to be in the flow, okay? It's not controlling life. It's knowing that life is guiding you. Now, when you see things in your life, your day-to-day relationships, your work, your personal life, your children, take it how it resonates, and there is contrast, instead of seeing it as the negative, see it as messages that are being sent to you, okay? This is also just really empathetic, caring, practical energy. Obviously mother energy. So in Queens also symbolize mother energy. So if you are a mother, and if you have even like really strong water elements, you can see this as you. I'm getting this as somebody in your life that is giving you some very warm, nurturing mother energy. And I'm going to go back again to your inner child, because a big part of my channel is nurturing your inner child. You have to remember to nurture your inner child. Nobody else is going to nurture your inner child as well as you can, okay? So again, I'm getting this strong emphasis on Libra. Stop looking from outside yourself. Go within, okay? The Emperor is in the position of what you need more of, okay? We need more structure. We need more confidence. We need more assertiveness too, all right? So Libras, you're people pleasers, okay? I'm a Pisces. I get it. And sometimes that assertiveness can feel foreign to us. But what did I say about balancing the masculine and the feminine? You need to have both of these energies to really get through the balance of life. You know, as the Delphic Oracle say, know thyself and nothing in excess. You can't have too much of the feminine or too much of the masculine in excess if you want to live your life in balance. Also, this is ruled by Aries, okay, and fire energy. You need to lead with confidence, okay? And when you lead with confidence from a nurturing, empathetic place, you are heading somewhere fantastic, all right? Now, this is interesting. So the Five of Cups is in the area of what you have enough of, okay? I feel that you are accepting the cause and effect of your current situation, whether this be your career, work, home life, take it how it resonates. But you've really accepted it, okay? And you're also giving things for where you're at, where you're heading, but also like kind of taking ownership of your place in this situation. And this is also ruled by Mars and Scorpio. So again, Scorpio, like I really think Scorpio is illuminating for you what you need to do to move forward, okay? This isn't living in the regret. This is a saying, okay, I identify this needed to happen, and now I can move on, okay? It's turning disappointments into stepping stones. So again, shifting that perspective from that lunar eclipse, because again, it was intense, okay? Still feeling the effects of it, and we're gonna feel the effects of it for a little bit here, okay? So just keep that in mind. Now, this is interesting because the star is in the area of what you need less of, okay? So you need to kind of get your head out of the clouds and focus on what's in front of you, all right? It's easy to want to just walk away from something. It's easy to just wish for everything to be cleared from your life, okay? But I'm really getting a sense that we really need to assert ourselves in a position where we already are, because it is easier to walk away, okay? But again, you're aligned with accepting your situation, your role in it, and using it to move forward. But I'm getting that moving forward isn't leaving it behind, okay? Because the star is leaving something difficult behind to start something new and just leave it all, like leave that crumbled tower in the past. But you still have some work to do. So it's interesting. I'm actually getting, you still have some work to do in this Capricorn paradigm. So again, we're like in the in-between, right? Like the veil is lifted. So you can think of it like that. We're around Halloween season, and you know, the veil is lifted between the spirit world and the 3D world, right? And so you can see yourself, you're still balancing between the Capricorn paradigm and the Aquarian age, okay? You still have some work to do in that Capricorn paradigm before your inner light is really ready to elevate, if you will, okay? All right, now the King of Coins is in the area, why can't I pick this up? The King of Coins is in the area of what you can change, all right? I'm sorry, I said king, I meant knight. The Knight of Coins, okay. This is also, I'm getting strong partnerships in career, and the knights are like, they just go and they do the work. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. Going back to the pre-shuffle messages of like, oh, I don't know enough about that. You know what I mean? Like these excuses. The knight's like, I'm out there, I'm doing it, right? So you need to really be completely engaged, reliable, helpful, and most specifically patient, okay? Because you are in some sort of leadership role, or you need to have more of it in your relationship, your career, right? Whatever it is, if you're a parent with your child, okay? But there's something to be said about going out there and doing the work, okay? And yeah, this is what you need. Okay, so how fascinating is this? The Nine of Wands is in the area of what you need to accept. And clearly this, you can see an eclipse, a lunar eclipse here, the Taurus lunar eclipse, and this is ruled by the moon in Sagittarius. So you need to accept that sometimes it takes hard work, right? And that you have to be prepared for the challenges ahead, all right? You have strength in your reserves. It's about you balancing your energy, Libras. So you're meant, okay, so sometimes, yes, the path of least resistance, right? Sometimes resistance is there to move us away from something, but sometimes resistance is there to keep us trapped in our shadow energy, to keep us trapped in toxic cycles of thinking, of acting. You know what I mean? So this is not a time to quit because you are almost there, okay? So I'm getting a strong sense of that Taurus eclipse really did a number on you. And you're feeling just exhausted, right? You just want to give up. It is not the time to give up. So please, please, please use the strength you have in your reserves because the month is ending with the 9 of coins. The 9 of coins is having everything you want, all right? So yeah, sometimes things need to be cleared out of your life, okay? But it takes doing, this is really about doing the work. I'm just getting, do the work, right? What's that Britney Spears song? It's time to work, you know, B word. Anyways, this is an increase in money, enjoying the comforts of home. This is being realigned. So just think you're transforming. It's not always easy, right? But then sometimes when we have that resilience built up, we get so much more gratification when we go through it. Oh, and a reminder. Yeah, duh, I forgot. Okay, so your last week energy was you've been under pressure actually the last 2 weeks, a lot of pressure, but this pressure is turning you into the diamond that you are, all right? Hang in there, Libras. This is amazing. Okay, so let us get some past life energy. Yeah, and you know, this is interesting too because these two images, these two people in this card are so similar. And think about how this is taking you to this. Okay, so please keep that in mind. So let's get some past life energy. Well, that was quick. Okay, and the fact that this is falling on the Emperor and what you need more of, I really think that the energy from this card is really going to help you accept more of this Emperor energy in your life, okay? All right. So it says, you drew this card as a sign that the situation you're currently experiencing is a result of prior lifetimes. Take a look at the other cards you drew along with this one to get a sense of where or when that life occurred. This card means that you learned important lessons which are bringing blessings to your present life. Congratulations! You mastered how to turn painful events and memories into growth experiences. You can apply the same strength to every area of your life, okay? So again, the strength. Instead of getting too stuck in the situation you're in, take a step back, pull out of that 3D situation, all right? And hang on to those lessons and blessings. All right, now let's get an empowering question for Libras for the month of November. Okay, taking this one because it fell on the lessons and blessings, and I really believe this is where you're going to find your empowerment to really harness that Emperor energy and pull through. All right, so your empowering question is, what are those things that make me feel good while I'm doing them? What are those things that make me feel good while I'm doing them? So reminder, you gotta plant the seed. You gotta water it, right? You gotta nurture it. You gotta talk to it. You gotta make sure it has sunlight. You gotta make sure it's not too cold. You focus on that, but you also focus on those things that make you feel good while you're doing them. Again, balance. You gotta balance those scales, all right, between hard work and pleasure. And just gotta get rid of the overthinking. So let's see some crystal energy that is going to help dear Libras. For November 2020. You know, and then too, because of the color connection between these two cards, when it comes to this authoritative structure, you know, confident leader role, what are those things that make you feel good while you're doing it in this role? Okay. All right, so let's see what crystal energy is going to help Libras for November 2023. I like that. Okay, this is a wonderful card. So a reminder, if you can carry this crystal energy with you, I recommend obviously getting a piece of lapis lazuli if you can. These colors, you know, having these colors with you, wearing these colors, you know, in your clothing, jewelry, bag, wallet, whatever, or just taking a screenshot of this card and using its energy. But it is realization. Okay, so you're really getting a lot of realizations, and I know you have, because you have just the right amount of the Five of Cups, and carrying this is really going to help guide you into this amazing Nine of Coins, because remember, this is where you're heading. Okay, so remember, tarot is a choice. That Two of Wands kept popping out for a reason. You are being led here, but it is going to take a lot of this 3D work. Okay, so let's get a clarifier to close this reading out for Libras for November 2023. All right. Libras, November 2023. Actually, too quick. I just had, because Britney Spears popped in my head. I also think too, like, look at all of that, what Pluto has been showing us, but since Pluto's gone direct, and all of these secrets and revelations. And I just started thinking about that Britney Spears memoir, okay? Okay, so your clarifier is the Two of Cups. And I'm going to go back to these two horses that were on the, what you need, or what you can change, okay? The Two of Cups is some sort of partnership, okay? And really enjoying this partnership for what it is. And this is interesting too, because you see one of the people is in the water and one is in the earth, or on the sand, okay? So like water and earth. All right, so I'm getting the sense of two different elements working together. So take that how it resonates. But this is a mutual respect, mutual interests, okay? But really harmonious relationships. And because you have the Emperor and what you need more of, this is in some sort of leadership role, okay? So you might have two, you know, take this how it resonates, but there might be a partnership. And this, if it's your passion project or your work, take it how it resonates, but, or just your personal relationships, mother, daughter, father, son, you know, whatever it is, this is where you're going to be able, this energy is going to help you to get to the Nine of Coins, okay? And, oh, and interesting too, the Lion here, because also think if there's any Leos in your life, but this is ruled by Venus in Cancer, okay? So really pay attention to if there is a Cancer in your life, okay? But I'm really getting, when we see how the harmony in these relationships, this partnership, it also helps our health, okay? Not only physical health, but mental health. But once you have your physical, or your mental health, or your mental health affects your physical health. So always pay attention to that. And this lighthouse in the background is fascinating too, okay? I'm just really getting like, this is that like, aha, you know what I mean? And so really pay attention to the relationships in your life where there's harmony and balance, okay? And where there's a mutual respect. So I'm going to leave that there. If you did enjoy this reading, please do like, comment, and then share with other people that you think it might resonate with. Also, please subscribe to Modern Maven Tarot so you get notifications of when new videos pop up. And always check out your sun, moon, and rising for a more in-depth look at the week. And if there's a particular planet you need some clarity on, as always, check Pam Gregory's free birth chart to see what signs rule what planets in your chart and watch that corresponding video. But this is, you know, it's very positive, okay? Yes, it's going to take some work, Libras, but you got that. You got that strength and reserve. Accept that you have it. And have amazing, transformative, abundant month.